How are you?
I got this minute of like, oh wait, is he gone?
No, I'm here. Hit the record. I was thinking about you. How are you feeling?
Good. I went on a long walk like right before this and kind of wore myself out, but
Okay. Well, if you need to be in child's pose, you know.
I'll just modify to make it more restorative.
Okay. I'm all for that for you.
Thank you.
All of us.
Yeah.
All right. Any special requests from you tonight, Beth? Anything special?
Upper back super tight. So I
Okay.
don't know if you got anything for that.
You have a block?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to grab you all blocks. You block. I have some blocks. We'll do some blocks. And how about anything special here? Coming back into your body. Hips. Some hips. Okay. Hips are always good. How about you, Victor?
That core was really hard
The core stuff.
on Saturday.
Are you sore from it?
Yeah, in weird one place,
Hip flexors or in the,
like right here.
yeah, the quad?
I mean, I never felt that before.
One that was it the rolling one? I don't know. We did a lot, didn't we?
That was great. It was fun. Hard.
Yeah, I didn't do it, so I never remember exactly what we do. I'm teaching is a little different, but okay, I'm gonna grab a block and we're gonna start, let's start in child's pose. We'll use the block in a little bit, but come into child's pose. So you'll walk your hands over towards the left side of the room and just get a bigger stretch along the right side of the body. And the arms can stay extended or the left hand might want to come back by your side. You can play with it. Breathe along that right side. And walk it through center to the other side. Another breath here. Walk it back through center and come up to tabletop to hands and knees and just move through a few rounds of cow and cat or any movement from here that feels good. So it can be just kind of wiggle side to side, rocking, or that linear cow to cat. Night, so sorry. And come to neutral. And if you can, we're going to sit back on the heels for a moment and grab your block. You're going to bring the block between the hands. If it doesn't work to sit, you can stand up on the shins anytime. So block between the hands. And you're going to lightly press in and bring it to shoulder height. And then press the block forward. And like you're rounding the upper back and then pull the block back. So do that a couple times. Just press forward, feel that stretch, and then pull the shoulder heads back. Good. One more time. Press it forward like you're almost rounding, and then pull the shoulder heads back. Good. And then right there, keeping the shoulder heads back, start to take the arms up at a diagonal, not all the way, just diagonal, and then press it forward. Good, and stay there and then go higher, all the way to the top and hold, lightly pressing in, breathing, feel the lengthening of the sides of the body, lifting the crown of the head straight up. Good, and then you'll let the arms just come down all the way. Good, and let it rest for a moment. Do some shoulder shrugs if you want. And then you'll bring the block between the hands again. So one more time, but we're gonna do just all the way up and down. So you're gonna find the position of the shoulders. So I don't know if you noticed, but when the shoulders are back, there's only so far you can go. So when the shoulders go forward, it's that protraction. Then there's a lift all the way up. So kind of play with that. You can come down halfway or all the way, and then maybe press forward and go all the way back up. Do a couple more of those, just moving from the shoulder girdle. You might feel some heat. Press forward and go up. How about one more time? Just exploring. At the top, just hold, lift a little bit higher, pull the front ribs in. Good. And then let it come all the way down. Nice. And then you'll let the block come to the side. A few shoulder shrugs, circles, maybe interlace the hands, stretch back. Good. And then let that go. Come back to hands and knees. Walking the hands slightly forward, tuck the toes, take your time, come up to downward dog. You can pedal the legs out if that feels good. Or knead the floor like a cat, pressing deeper into one arm than the other. Then walk the feet up to the hands, ragdoll forward fold, and catch your elbow points. Maybe sway or shake your head. Or just relax down that midline. Softly release the hands to the floor. You can bring the feet together or keep them as they are. And come on up to stand slowly. Good. And then reach the arms up overhead. Big breath in, and then draw the hands down to the heart. Good. And then arms by your side. Take the shoulders up, back, slide them down the back. Nice open chest. And then inhale, reach up, move through some sun salutations. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, high plank to low plank. Going at your own pace, your own way. I know you all know this. Upward dog or cobra. You can stay low, and downward dog. Just warming up the joints of the body. Take a breath, just one breath in. Nice and easy. Breathe out and then bring the feet forward on the mat. You can hop or walk. Halfway lift, forward fold. Extended mountain, big reach. Exhale, bow forward. So we'll do 3 of these on 8s, just moving and breathing. Halfway lift, high to low plank. You can step or float. Upward dog, and if you're ready, or cobra, or cow and cat even. Downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in. Breathe out. And then bring the feet forward on the mat. It can be a tiptoe, hop, or walk. Halfway lift, forward fold. Extended mountain, one more time through. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float, high plank to low. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Lift the right leg up to the sky here. Just bend the knee, open the hip. Nice, and then you'll bring the right shin to the floor for a modified side plank. Spin the left foot flat and open the left arm up. And with that left arm, you'll take some circles. So the arm goes back to the floor, to the front of the room, and to the sky. Just a few big arm circles. You can even rotate all the way towards the floor. And then all the way back open. For the next time it opens to the ceiling, stay there. And then pivot the right shin to the right. So behind you like a kickstand, let the left arm pull you up to stand. Good, and then left hand will go to the left leg, right arm to the sky. So it's a gate pose. Good, and then bring the hands all the way back down to the mat. You'll go back up to three-legged dog. So pivot the right shin in, take the right leg back up, open the hip again. And then step it forward to a low lunge. Set the back knee down. And then you're just gonna move front to back a couple times. Moving the hips front to back. It's really encouraging some blood flow and hydration of the tissues. Just movement through the body. The next time you come forward, you'll tuck the back toes, lift up into a runner's lunge, and then the left hand can come up onto a block if you want, medium or low height. You're a little bit higher, but you don't have to. And then the right arm will open up to the sky. And then with the right arm, take some big circles. So you pick the direction that can go back first to the floor, forward and up, or forward first, it doesn't matter, just moving through the rib cage, shoulder, mid-spine. And the next time it opens to the ceiling, pause, big open heart, and then hands to the mat and stepping back, high plank. Good, low plank for your choice. Upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Good. And left leg to the sky, stretch the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Bring the left shin to the floor, modified side plank, right foot flat, open that right arm. And then some circles. We can go backwards first towards the right foot, and then down and or forwards first. If it feels good to pause somewhere, this is my shoulder surgery shoulder, and sometimes I like to pause and kind of really feel the stretch, moving slower. And sometimes it feels better to move quicker. You choose. And the next time the arm opens to the sky, pause there, stay there, pivot the left shin behind you like a kickstand. Let the right arm pull you up from the core, gate pose, right hand to right leg, left arm to the sky. Good, and then bring your hands back down to the mat. Now come back to that center place, and then three-legged dog. Kick that left leg up and back again. Open up, press deeper into the hands, and then step forward or help it. Set the back knee down, and then we do that rock forward to back. So hands could be on blocks. Front foot could peel off the ground or stay pointed to the ground. So you choose. It's also okay to have that foot a little farther underneath you to get a bigger stretch to the calf and Achilles if that feels better in your body or more interesting today. Move in a way that feels mindful, like your mind is aligning and paying attention to your body. So it's not just moving mindlessly without paying attention. You're here, bringing yourself here. The next time you come into the lunge, you'll tuck the back toes under, lift the back leg, maybe set the right hand on the block so you're a little higher, but you don't have to. And then open to the left, and you can hold, or you can do some big circles again, which kind of really open up the ribs, that thoracic mid-spine, and getting into the shoulder joint. Any movement that feels good. Maybe it's cactus arms, maybe it's wrists. And then the next time the arm goes to the sky, give it a moment to pause and see if you can open a little more. And then set the hand to the ground and take a plank or vinyasa of your choice. Be easy with yourself. And downward dog, nice back. And pedal the legs out. Maybe move the hips side to side. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward and step or float to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And chair pose. Drop the hips low, the arms look high. If you imagine that you're squeezing a block, or maybe you actually are, it's up to you. But you can have the block between the hands, or imagine that pressing of the block together like we did at the beginning, and that kind of moving the shoulders, away, that protractions. Take the arms a little higher, lengthening the sides of the waist. Breathing, weight in the heels. Good, take another breath in. And exhale, forward fold. You can set the block to the side, halfway lift. And vinyasa, high to low plank, or maybe it's knees, chest and chin, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Nice, Stephanie. Stretch your right leg to the sky, just an internal rotation straight back, and step it forward to warrior one. You'll spin the left foot flat and come up. And then warrior one, let's bring the arms down and interlaced behind the back. Just wrap the shoulders back. And I never remember, but I think you wrap the arms to the left hip. See if you can bring the knuckles to the left hip. You probably can go either side, but let's try the left side and then squeeze the elbows together. If it feels better on the other side, to the other side. You see when I really draw that right hip back, squeeze the elbow points towards each other. It's like be a long time with eagle. Which leg goes over, which arm goes under? It's up for interpretation. Okay, take the knuckles now behind the back and stretch down, lift the heart up, and then fold forward. So you'll bring your right shoulder to the right thigh. If you can let it rest. Drop your head and stretch the arms away from the body, opening up. And if you prefer to have a little more work, you can bring the shoulder to the inside of the right leg. Less rest, right? Working a little more muscle, and just breathe. Good. Release the hands to the mat. Step it back, high plank. And then let's all try the knees, chest, and chin if you haven't before. So knees down, and then you bring your chest and chin down. The hips are up. Then slide forward and up into upward dog or cobra, and then press back to down dog. And you can use your knees even for that transition. And then take the left leg to the sky. Your shoulder bugging you, Stephanie? Mm-hmm. Right. And step it forward to warrior one. Which shoulder? Where? Right up in there. So it's at the top. Okay. Sticky or painful? Pinchy?
It's pinchy this weekend. So.
Okay. So like space, maybe like this instead of that. Like more space. Good. And then arms can come down. Try interlacing with the opposite thumb on top, and then wrapping up to the right. And squeeze the elbow points if that feels good. And then pull the front ribs in slightly. Good. Stay in the legs, press into the feet, notice your breath. Bring the knuckles now back and down. Lift the chest up and fold forward. Maybe the shoulder rests on that left thigh. If this doesn't feel good in the shoulders, you can let it go. Hands can be at the floor, like a lizard lunge variation. Release the hands to the mat. And then high plank. Let's find to fold it, or knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Maybe even it's a tiny bend of the elbows. Upward dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Good. Breathe, maybe pedal the legs or move a bit side to side. Relax the neck and shoulders if possible, or the neck at least. Shoulders are working. Try to lengthen the sides of the neck. Deep healing breaths. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop to your hands. Bring the feet to hip width distance apart right here, so a nice wide stance. And then interlace your hands just behind the neck. So the pinky fingers come to the base of the skull. Wrap your forearms around your jaw, so they're below the ears. You're holding that neck in that nice cervical curve. And if it feels good to open the elbows, you can open the elbows and kind of wiggle side to side, moving, turning the head gently, or wrapping the forearms above the ears for a little deeper stretch. Just be mindful and gentle. Release the hands to the ground and just pause right there. Let the head be heavy. And shake it yes or shake it no. We'll come down into squat. If you want, you can sit on your block. Bring it right under the pelvis to support the pelvis. You don't have to. Good. Nice little helper. And close your eyes even. From here, you can stay for another several breaths, or you can play with crow pose. If you want to lift or play with crow, you can have your feet on the block or head with the block. Nice there. And movement. Good, Susie, for 5, 4. Nice, Victor. 3. That's a great technique with that block there. 2. Okay.
You can't count that slow.
All right, chaturanga. Sorry, I got distracted watching. Moving through vinyasa, your choice, your way. It can be micro bending the elbows. Good. Landing in downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let go. And then step, hop, or tiptoe to the hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, rise to the top. And then eagle, right arm under and right leg over. Good, and then release. Reach up and other side, eagle, left arm under and left leg over. that one more time. Extended mountain, eagle, right arm under, right leg over. Extended mountain, reach. Eagle, left arm under, left leg over. And land in mountain pose, pause. Good. And then we're gonna go to that standing leg raise series, which ends in half moon. So you might bring the block in front of your left foot and front and to the left of the left foot, be low, medium, or high. Good. And I don't like it directly in front of the foot, just a little to the side. Perfect. And then you'll reach through the left leg and lift the right knee. And if you want to catch the big toe and straighten the leg, or ish, straighten ish the leg. So this is where there's a lot of quad work and deep core work, balance, total body integration. So integrate from your skin in, and open it to the right. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen the sides of the body, breathing, feeling into your standing leg. And then it comes back to center. Arms to the sky, kick the leg out in front. You can point or flex the foot, hold those deep quad muscles, core muscles, and then swing it behind you for airplane. We'll hold airplane for 3 breaths. Lift your shoulders towards the ceiling, hinging from the top of that left thigh. And then half moon, so hands to heart, left hand to the block. It can be low, medium, or high, or hand at the floor even. And then peel that right side of the body open. Open, open, and reach to the upper arm. If you want to catch that right foot, bending the knee, coming into sugar cane, Shavasana, you're welcome to. Close your lips, breathe through your nose, Ujjayi breathing, and then forward fold, we'll let that go. And then let's just take a lunge, keep the right leg forward, step the left leg back. So your version, it can be low lunge, hanging out down here. It can be high lunge, bringing your hands to your thigh. Or lizard lunge. And that release in that left leg, that was the standing leg. And then from here, you'll transition back to the front of the mat, tuck the back toes under, step forward. Let's halfway lift, find some length and space in the spine, and then forward fold, you dive back down, inhale, rise to the top, extended mountain, hands to heart center, and we'll move the block to the other side. You all already did. And then right foot is your base, right hand to right hip, so lift the left knee. You get to catch the knee, chin, or peace fingers to big toe. Nice, easy. First integrating to the center, then opening it to the side, but root, deep roots to the right foot. And the right arm can go out or stay at the pelvis. Just visualize the deep roots, the crown of the head rising, the space between the vertebrae and the spine. Bring it to center, arms up, straighten the left leg, point or flex the foot, doesn't need to be high. Good job. For 3, 2, and 1, swing it behind you, airplane. Try to create integration with the back of the body now, with the muscles at the back of the body. Hands to heart center, half moon. You'll set the right hand down, be on the block or the floor, and peel the left side of the body open. Upper limbs active, left leg, left arm has some enthusiasm, energy, some reach, beautiful hands. You can catch that foot, right foot or left foot if you like. You can try the right too. Amazing. Forward fold, let go. And you'll step the right foot back to your version of lunge. Release the pelvis, the hips. I love this sequence for getting into the hips. It's a great access. You'll transition back to the front. So tuck the back toes under, step forward, halfway lift, lengthen, forward fold, bow, extended mountain, rise to the top, and mountain pose, hands to heart center. Good. And then tree, and it can be variation of your choice. So if you want to take half lotus or big standing figure 4 for hips, or tree with arms behind the back for some shoulder relief, it's your choice. So right foot to left leg. Nice. I love the variations. Arms can be where they feel best in your body. Wow, my balance gets funny. Breaths. Returning to mountain pose. Still 2 feet on the floor, standing in your center and switching to the other leg. So left foot to right leg. Any variation, half lotus, figure 4, standing tree, arms of your choice. Cactus arms even. Body noticing. The mind, where does the mind go when given the opportunity? Come on back down to mountain pose, standing with your 2 feet on the floor, standing in like that optimal pose. It's called anatomical position or true north alignment. Big inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And vinyasa, high plank, low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Stretch the right leg to the sky, bend the knee, pull the hip open. And then step it forward, right foot to right hand. Spin the left foot flat, come up to warrior 2. So warrior right palm up, take it back. And then straighten the leg for a triangle. Put your funny leg still, Susie, huh? Still good. Something's going on. It's fine to bring your hand to the block and take it off the leg here. Noticing what's going on from the feet to the pelvis. Here. You can flip up. Okay. Come on up when you're ready. And wide leg forward, both feet parallel. You can dive forward, and you have that block. If you want, you can use it. I'm gonna bring it under the head. The head's far from the ground. You can use that block as support there, stimulating the crown chakra. And feel as you're holding these poses and breathing slowly and deeply. See if you can feel it's the parasympathetic nervous system. It's the nervous system that's the one that helps us rest and recover and rejuvenate, replenish. And it has a feeling when we're in that rejuvenated state, that restful state, we feel relaxed and at ease and clear thinking. I know today for me, that smell of smoke in the air, that triggering, instant kind of, do I need to pack, all that stuff being in Sonoma County. So having a place right here to let go. All right, lift up to a flat back, hands come to the hips, and then come all the way to stand. You'll turn the right toes forward, bring the left foot in, bring the arms behind the back. So I like my knuckles to press together or palms in reverse namaste. Or you can even use a block there. And then you'll fold forward over the right leg. Knuckles are together, or behind you, you press them together into one another to get that opening through the backs of the shoulders. Good, and then release the hands to the ground, fold a little deeper over that right leg. Just stay for a breath or two, not long right here. And then I'm going to see if we can get here from here. We'll see what happens. You're going to bring the left leg forward and behind the right and sit down all the way to seated. So it's a seated, it's called Matsyendrasana. It's a twist, but we're going to make it a hip opener here. So you're going to hold on to that right leg. And if it's too much, you can straighten the left leg. So the right leg goes over the left, if possible. Good. And then you'll squeeze the knee and try to sit the sitting bone down. Lengthen the crown of the head, and you can stay right there. Don't twist. Beth, you stay. Okay. And then if you can and are able, you'll twist. See if the left leg can come under. See how your bottom leg, step the right foot over the left. There. Like that. And then you can even hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. Good. Beth, it's okay to twist to the left here, not the right. If you want, you can go the opposite way. Yeah, open, perfect. Stay for another breath. And then you'll gently untwist. And before we go back to the other side, I want you to slide the bottom shin forward. Try to sit down and let the top leg come up. So it's a double pigeon right here. Yep. Or stay where you were is fine too. If you're in double pigeon and it's comfortable, you can lean forward. And if it's not, you stay upright. And the block can be everywhere. The block can go under this bottom knee for support. It can go between the chest and the top thigh to help it descend. It can go under this ankle if the ankle and bone is pressing too much on the leg. Weird on your knee? That's too weird. Let's see if it can go under the ankle on the other side. Yeah. Sit. Yeah. So try to get this. I'm going to mimic you right here. So you're up here. So you're going to try to get this down and slide this that way. if possible. Do you feel it on the, where do you feel this, the left hip?
This way.
Perfect, that's perfect. That's a great solution. There's no right or wrong place to feel this. So you might feel it in the top hip flexors, the bottom hip, the outside of the knee, that T-band. Want to feel like just looking at where you can relax. What part of you can unclench. Rendering more so it's light. There, if you want. Yeah. We're gonna come out of this. There's no easy way, but the top leg might come back and then step back, downward dog, or if you want to go through vinyasa, you can. Moving the pelvis slightly side to side. And then stretch the left leg to the sky. We'll step it forward. We have warrior two into triangle. Let's go warrior two to reverse warrior. Take your time stretching into the side of the body. And then straighten the left leg coming into triangle. You can use the block under your hand instead of the leg if you like. Takes the pressure off the leg. You can experiment with different places to place the block. Let that right arm now pull you to stand, feet to parallel, wide leg forward fold. So you can keep the feet the same distance as before, or you can try a little wider or a little narrower. Different placements with the arms. The eyes soften, either close or soften. Eyes can close if you feel like you have a really good connection to the ground. You know where you are in space. Otherwise, eyes open but soft. Soft gaze, there's an internal focus. Your attention is moving from the skin in. You start to elongate the exhales. Every exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Begin to activate or to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. It's good to know how to switch into it when you need. Ready, you'll walk the hands underneath you, lift to a flat back, come up, stand, and then left toes turn forward for pyramid, right foot steps in a little bit, maybe hands behind the back again for that shoulder opener, and fold. Thinking of these lines of energy moving through the body, opening and unlocking any place that feels sticky or dark or sore. Release the hands to the mat. Stay there for a breath or two. And then the twist of the great sage. So the right knee is going to come sliding up behind the left foot and you sit down. So you're sitting down. Or sit down and stack the left leg over the right. And if this bottom knee needs to straighten, that's fine. You can also have it that leg straight. And you're going to start by just hugging the left knee in and sitting that sitting bone down. So we're trying to create this like kind of stretch sensation. And then if you'd like, and it feels good, you can bring the left hand or the right hand behind the back and twist. So that is twisting right, everyone else twist left. You can go right too, it's okay. And if twisting doesn't feel good, if it feels forced, and then just stay straight and just work that lengthening of the tissue of that left hip down. That stretch and the deep hip muscles. If you're twisting, I'm going to lengthen, find length first, a big lift first, then the rotation. And then go slowly untwist and double pigeon. So you'll slide that bottom shin forward if you can, and try to sit down till that top foot lifts. And then maybe you fold forward, or maybe you stay upright, and maybe you have blocks as support in different places. Soften shoulders, move the neck in different directions if you need. After this, we're going to get into the ribs a little bit. Unclench your back teeth. Soften the edges of your eyes. Let your exhale be longer than each inhale. Even soften your belly. Like letting go of the gripping. Body is made up of so much water and space, and yet we kind of grip and hold like we're just this rock matter. Just really want to allow that element of water and space, of transportation, so that our bodies can be really functional and fluid and more comfortable and at ease. Slowly, you'll just unwind the legs this time. Bring them out in front, and you'll give them a little shake or a little movement in and out. And then you're going to come down onto your block on your right side. So I think I'll go this direction, but the block is going to come under the armpit on the right side. It's not going to be on the low floating ribs. So it'll be probably up a little higher. So you'll just lay on your side and kind of find a spot with the block. Oh man, I found my spot like instantly.
Quickly.
Yeah, and you can bring your head into your hands. And then you might rock a little bit back. That's the big flat. So you might rock a little bit forward. Does anyone feel anything? Okay. If you need, sometimes that left hip bone can be get a little sore if you need to put something there or double the mat. Beth, you good? Okay, good. So this is getting into the lat muscle, which attaches on the side of the back, like the back and the bottom ribs, and it runs also the big, thick, there's a tendon that's at the low back, and it runs up to the arm bone, and it forms that like wing thing, but it can get tight and cause us to have some upper back stiffness and the shoulders not moving well. You can move a little bit back to front or just stay and breathe and imagine your body kind of melting around the block rather than resisting or laying on top of it. You want to melt into it. Just be here about a minute, not long. Always surprised when I use the block or a foam roller or something in areas of my body. It always surprises me that I'm actually sore. Deep breath in. And slowly let it all the way out and sink a little bit deeper into the block. And then we'll just transition to the other side. So you'll use your hands, press yourself up. You'll just roll to the other side and maybe notice how you feel. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Maybe I am. Good. Okay, so find your spot, and it might be higher, might be lower. Holy moly. Here has seen Anthony Ebright. There's a guy who's a body worker. His name's Anthony Ebright. He's a neuromuscular massage therapist, but he does the deep tissue, very poignant work, and it's like this. My hip too. Do you want a softer mat, Erin? I can get you one of the squishy mats. Want his number. A lot like this. Talks about muscle tissue as, you know, when the muscle is really resilient, right? There's strength, so it can contract fully and be strong and do what it needs to do, but it also can relax completely, which means that when the muscles relax, it can pull away from the bone like butter, not adhered. So when the muscles never relax completely, or they start to create adhesions, they adhere to the bone, they stop functioning well and actually stay in states of contraction all the time. So there's a deep fatigue that happens in the body. So having the ability to relax and let the muscle tissue get unstuck, so they can be more resilient, capable. Couple more breaths here. Each exhale getting a little bit longer. Come up, and the block's going to stay at the back side of the mat, and it's going to come to the mid height and the wide setting, and it's going to go to the same spot on the body, but now on the back of the body. So it kind of wraps around the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, sort of feeling. So the shoulders are above the block, and then hands are going to go behind your head for support here. Unless you want to let it drop, that's fine, Susie, feels good. But I like that support, legs wherever is comfortable. And then you might just move a little bit up and down, especially if you can't totally relax right away, or side to side. Or if you have a second block, you can put the second block under the head for that supported fish, or just slowly let the head start to drop towards the floor. But I like the support of my hands. So you can always let them go. It's not wrong. If you feel like, I feel like I can't take a deep breath when I'm here. So I move a little bit up and down, and each time trying to unlock the back of the ribs, those intercostal muscles, the rhomboid muscles that pull the shoulder blades together and apart. The intercostals are the muscles between each rib. You're laying across those lats again that we worked from the side. So just bigger belly, bigger part of those lats. And we're also touching on to the trapezius muscles here. So big, thick back muscles, big, strong back muscles. And you just layer by layer. soften. Try to allow the block to sink into the tissue of the body. Take one more breath. Long, complete exhale. Sink a little deeper. And then you're going to come off the block. So the easiest way is to kind of help yourself up, but it's fine to roll off too. Move the block and then come all the way down on your back. And we're just about at time, but if there's anything your body needs before Shavasana, take it. Otherwise, just let yourself stretch out on the floor and notice that upper back. Notice that part of your body that just had the block there. Notice the quality of your breath. Maybe the ribs feel like they can move a little bit better. Breath by breath, let yourself sink down into the floor. Back to your back, body. Wiggle your fingers and toes, slowly awakening your body. Need an hour Shavasana coming up soon. Something. Okay, bend your knees, roll to a comfortable side. And then gently come on up to seated. Bring the palms of your hands together and tuck in at your heart space. Lift your thumbs to your forehead center. Maybe picture your evening. Picture yourself getting a really good night's sleep. Namaste. That felt good. Welcome back. Hope you feel great, Pat. Good. I'm feeling like I need like a retreat, like just quiet space, meditation.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. Bye. Say hi to Dennis.
I will. That was great.
Okay, good. Sleep well tonight.
It's fun to use blocks too.
I like the block. Yeah.